Hey guys, this is gonna be a really quick video, but I wanted to talk about a common side effect that happens when we're healing kind of this deep narcissistic abuse that a lot of us have gone through. One of the things that happens is that, and this has to do with victim mentality, because victim mentality is really, in a nutshell, blaming things outside of yourself for your circumstance and your path. Wherever you are, however you feel, whatever's going on, it's somebody else's fault. It's this thing happened, or I've been going through this, and this is what. It's abdicating your responsibility for the circumstances of your life. A common thing that happens when you're healing, and I've seen this over and over and over again, is an overcorrection. And by that, what I mean is we go from blaming other things or people or circumstances to then blaming ourselves. So it's like this scale where we go from one blaming outside of us to then blaming ourselves for everything. The goal, obviously, is to eventually find the middle ground where there's no blame, because blame in and of itself is a fear-based emotion. So whenever you're looking to blame anything, it's a really good sign for you to look at and be like, okay, what am I scared of? What am I, A, not taking responsibility for? But B, is there something that was just neutral and I'm giving it a perception of good or bad because to soothe myself, to understand it, when it was probably just a neutral experience, and it's my perception of it that is affecting how I'm processing it. All right, so in the overcorrection thing, it happens a lot where we end up going from blaming other people, other things, other circumstances to ourselves. And it's not about blame, A, but B, it's also about going and trying to, instead of seesawing back and forth, finding that middle neutral for ourselves, however that looks like, because everyone's neutral is different. It's not always 50-50. I'm one of the few, I feel like I'm one of the few people in the world who is 50-50. And there's a certain population of us who do identify with that. But for some people, their balance is a little bit toward one side, and for other people, their balance is a little bit toward the other side. But there is going to be this neutral position where you are neither blaming anyone. Nobody is, and their blame just isn't part of the equation, but you're able to balance between taking responsibility and understanding that maybe you're coloring a neutral experience with a good or bad lens when that's not necessary. And it was just neutral information that you had to take in and use for your next step in your evolution. So just whoever's this is meant for whoever's going through this right now, to understand that if you are counterbalancing, going from blaming everyone else to blaming yourself, where is your neutral? And I guarantee there's something in your life right now that you're completely neutral about, and you have to. And usually it's something, because if it has to do with abuse, you're probably still too emotionally charged. Like the empath framework that I use, the EMP framework that I use, if you are waffling and seesawing between blaming others or blaming yourself, it's too emotionally charged. You still have a lot of emotional energy that you need to work through. But look for something in your life, I guarantee it exists right now, that is utterly neutral for you. You don't feel any which way about it. You can take it or leave it. And if something happens with it, you're able to process it very easily. This could be, it could be a sports team. It could be politics. It could be the condition of your car. I don't care. It could be anything, but there is something in your life that is utterly neutral to you. And that's a really good spot to kind of go in and dig through that and see, why are you neutral about it? How do you respond when something goes, quote, bad or, quote, right in that area? Because if you're neutral about it, good and bad doesn't exist. So, and then that can be your framework as to how to work through the deeper, more darker shadow side of yourself that we've been talking about. So this is just kind of like a really quick way to gauge your where you are in your process of your healing. All right. So I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, concerns, have you done this before? What are you neutral about? Drop them below in the comments. And also don't forget, I am still offering, this is just for this month, because everything's going to be changing again. I'm doing a massive shift at the end of May. So if you want to take advantage of the free, clear and confident connection call, communication call, please book that in now, because I will not be offering it for June. I may bring it back after that. I'm not sure yet, but I just know that as of now, it is not going to be part of something that I offer in June. So if you do want that, it's a free 30-minute call. We tackle one communication issue where you can advocate for yourself, as well as learning to lovingly communicate what you need, and also listen to others without getting triggered. I honestly believe that the basis of any good relationship, whether it's with yourself, whether it's with a partner, whether it's with your parents, your siblings, your friends, whatever, the basis of any good relationship is communication. All right. So guys, I love you so much. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.